Hello, my name is Ethan Cho, and I will be doing my presentation on my passion for cars. I'm the one in the black and white hoodie in the left corner, and my family consists of my brother, me, and my parents. I was born in Seoul, Korea in 1999, and I moved to Calgary when I was in grade 2 and lived here for 11 years. I live really close to the Rockies, and this is where we went out a lot for hiking, and this is a photo taken in Harling Peaks in the Rocky Mountains. Since grade 7, I really enjoyed sports and physical activities. During this time, I really wanted to be either a trainer or a lifeguard to make money part-time. Since then, I took all the courses to get my certifications to work at the YMCA as a lifeguard and a swim instructor. Ever since I got the job as a lifeguard, I had one big goal in my mind, and it was to save up for my first car when I'm 16 years old. After saving for a year, I was able to save over 4 grand and bought a 2010 Mazda 3 GX sedan for $4,300, which was really cheap since there was a regular price was around 5 to 6 grand. I bought this car because it was cheap and reliable, and it was my first ever manual car, and I felt like Vin Diesel every time I learned how to drive a manual car, shifting from first to second. My first ever work I've done on a car was very simple things. Since I didn't have a lot of money, I started doing my own oil changes, brake pads, brake fluids, spark plug, and all the minor tune-ups. This is when I realized that I really love working with cars. It was so fascinating for me to learn how cars work, and I got to save a lot of money doing it myself, and I gained a lot of knowledge on cars. After 1 year of ownership with the Mazda 3, I was able to sell it for 5 grand, making a profit, and I bought a broken BMW E90 330i for 5 grand. And it had suspension issues, and I was able to fix those up for 2 grand. And this car retailed for about 10,000, and I was able to make a lot of profit having this car. And I learned a lot about German engineering with this car. After getting more knowledge on German cars, I was able to do a couple modifications to my BMW, and one of them was a bypass valve, which is shown in the picture left. It allowed me to delete the muffler and bypass the muffler, making it a lot louder, making the graspy voice. And on the right, I was able to retrofit a paddle shifter, because who doesn't like paddle shifters on fancy cars? After all those modifications, now I know a lot more about German vehicles, and I was able to find this beautiful treasure. It's a 2003 C32 AMG. It's the first one of its kind to have a twin scroll supercharger, and it produced 400 horsepower from the engine, making 355 brake horsepower. And it was my favorite car of all time. This masterpiece of engineering at 2003, I was able to buy for only $2,000. I sold my BMW for about $6,000, and I was able to save 4,000 on top, and I bought this beautiful masterpiece. And it was considered broken because the piston positioning sensor was gone, and that won't allow the car to start, but I was able to fix it up just by switching it. After my journey through all these cars, I realized cars are my passion, and I love working with them 24/7. And I realized I really wanted to go into McMaster University for their BTech automotive program because that program allows me to learn more about cars, and I will be able to gain a lot more knowledge, and maybe I'll be able to invent new cars or concepts later on. Now I'm attending McMaster University in the program BTech Automotive like I wanted, and I absolutely love it. I can't wait for next year when I get more in depth into cars, and I really want to join all the clubs out there, and this is one of the example. I really want to be in the buggy team to make that, and I cannot wait, and I am very passionate for cars. Thank you for watching my presentation, and this concludes my passion and my desire to learn more about cars.